Welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be making apple cobbler. Very simple item to make. I don't do apple cobbler too often. I usually do cherry because that's what my husband prefers. You'll use, I always put an ice cube in my water because because you're supposed to use cold water, and I just stick an ice cube in it and let it see if it ever melts. It usually doesn't. Okay, I use a cup of sugar and a cup of flour. Bring those two together, 3 items together there. Right now is a good time to be baking apple cobbler or apple pie or frying apples or anything, because the apples are really beautiful this year. And we were out to the apple orchard and oh my goodness, they are just loaded. So that's great. And then you'll take and use a teaspoon of baking powder. Get that mixed in there real good. And then 2 tablespoons of butter. Now you'll want the butter at room temperature, melted if possible, because that just lets it blend better and mix in. And this is going to be our dough. And you just kind of stir it all up like so. I've already sprayed my pan. I'm going to put this in my pan. I'm going to use a spatula though. It comes out of the pan a little bit better with a spatula than it does a wooden spoon. I think this is the first cobbler I've made this year. Apple cobbler I've made this year. CJ had asked if we would do an apple cobbler. So this one's for you, CJ. And then just spread that around in your dish. Now I have my oven preheated at 350, and it'll probably take about 45 minutes or so to bake. Everybody's oven is different, so just check it with your oven and just check it once in a while to see how it's coming along. I think I'll get my big spoon again. Okay, then we take our apples. May have too many apples peeled. That's okay. I use Granny Smith apples. I love them. Everybody has their own that they like, and that just seems to be the one I like the best. And then we're going to use two tablespoons of butter again in this. And then we need 1.5 cups of boiling water. So I had my water boiling. Wanted to hit it one more time. Then we'll pour that in. And then all we do is pour this over your apples, over your dough rather. And then as it bakes, the dough that you made and put in first kind of bubbles up and comes up on top. Some of it does. I just might add the rest of those. Probably too many, but never have too many apples. And we're going to set that in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 350, and we're going to put it in there for about 45 minutes. I'm going to check it in between and see how it's doing. And that's all there is to it. And I will be back as soon as the apple cobbler comes out of the oven. Okay, we're back, and I took the cobbler out of the oven, and it looks delicious. It smells wonderful. Now what I did, I was in there for almost 45 minutes. What I did was, after 30 minutes, I mixed up a tablespoon of flour and a tablespoon of brown sugar, and I just sprinkled that over the top of it because it just looked pale. The apples were so white and everything just looked so white, and I just wanted some color brought into it. So I decided to do it that way. And it worked. We got a little bit of color there. So anyway, that's our apple cobbler. And it is bubbling. It is hot. But I'm going to get a taste out of it. Now, when you make this, use whatever apples that you like to cook with the best. There's a lot of delicious apples out there. And right now is the best time to get them. Now, as you can see, all of our dough and everything is on the bottom, and it did mix up through it and around the edges. It looks delicious. It's really hot, and I'll burn my mouth, but I always do, so I'm going to do it again. And I did. Delicious. That is really good. I hope you'll try it, and let me know what you think. I'll have the ingredients and everything posted down below. If you have any questions, let us know. Now, if you don't want apples, you can make cherry cobbler or peach just by switching out. Instead of using apples, use cherries or peaches. That's what I do. And I hope this helps you, CJ. You were the one that had asked for it. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. I appreciate you joining me in my kitchen today. Have fun cooking, and I'll see you back here real soon, I hope.